Good evening, good evening. We have an update on the barn tonight. And I'm just going to come out here where Marvin is cleaning up the garden. Look at the garden. Everything is being winterized here. Marvin's working on the last. We still have a few carrots in the ground that we'll probably just throw over the fence so the deer can eat them.
Yeah, I'm just kind of cleaning up out here. I don't like to look out and see stuff that looks trashy. So we've got cabbage, the remainder of the cabbage heads, the carrot tops. The deer will love those. We'll throw them over the fence. The more prep work I do this fall, the less there will be to do next spring as far as tilling the garden, etc. One of my winter projects is going to be to figure out how to do compost, like one of the most efficient ways to do it quickly. For years, I'd see these little wagons at one of our farm supply stores. Finally broke down and got one, and they are really, really convenient. They work a lot better than the wheelbarrow in a lot of areas. And here's the flowers. We might have to do a short episode on these. Check it out. These are some very hardy flowers.
Yeah, we had snow and frost, and it's been cold. And these flowers are still blooming.
It's been 22 degrees. 2 mornings ago, we had 22 degrees. My thought is to take all these, cut them off very gently.
All those seeds.
And maybe store them, dry them. But my thought is to take them in a barrel and just shake them to get all the seeds out. And then next year we'll plant the seeds here and, get the seeds from there and down up here, combine them all, and we'll have a bigger row.
There's the kitty cat.
Look at those seeds are not frozen. Check it out.
Oh yeah, look at those flowers.
Those are
It's
very
surprising
hardy.
that they're still blue. Flowers are still on them.
Be a heyday for the deer. Let's go to the greenhouse. The greenhouse is another thing that I need to clean out. I have a big tarp. My plan is to put a big tarp over that so that the actual plastic on the greenhouse doesn't take the beating from the snow and the ice. And I need to put supports underneath it because one of these mornings there's going to be a bunch of snow out here. Wow, I was out here multiple times a day all summer.
Looks like all the tomatoes are frozen, or
I'll bet you there's a few down here yet that are good.
yeah.
They're slightly fermented. This one is not froze. The ones right on the ground, you could take those in and they would ripen.
Yeah.
As the Bible says, summer, winter, frost and heat. Kind of sad. We put a lot of work into this and all of a sudden it's boom, it's gone. But it lasted longer than I dared to hope. Wow, the plastic is super tight. It shrinks when it gets cold. I'm not quite sure how we're going to reinforce it. The easiest way would be to put a pole on like every other one straight down the middle or put poles right here. On hindsight, I should have went heavier on these.
Yeah.
I'm going to put this inside. I may just shut the greenhouse door. We had it open most of the summer when it got really warm. I'm going to put this cart away and then we'll go over and show you the barn. And amazingly, that second coat of paint, it just turned a lot darker. Really amazing. This was my ladder. And amazingly, that second coat of paint did wonders. The first coat, we put it on, it was pink when we started. It dried a little bit darker. And people said, you got to put the second coat on. So we went to town, we got more paint, we put the second coat on, and look at it. It's exactly what we were looking for. It might have had something to do with that the second coat was a different color than the first one. Might not be in the coats of paint, it might be in the color of the paint. So
Yeah, so we changed the color just slightly. And it actually turned out just the way we wanted it. And Marvin went ahead and painted the trim. So I think it looks pretty good.
Got one coat of trim on here. It is not supposed to get too overly cold tonight. Hopefully this won't pull off. I got to be really careful with putting masking on fresh paint. Try not to stick it on too hard. But I went ahead and I painted this, and this is the window that's going to be in there, the frame. I ordered the glass. It should be ready to put in there in a couple of days. My goal is before the end of this week to have the chickens over in here. Yeah, we're going to put I'm going to put a wall. I'm going to be putting a wall in right on this side of the window, and the chickens are going to have the back part. The front part is going to be for, we have a couple of four-wheelers, bicycles, maybe the kayaks upstairs. I like to put the skid steer and the lean-to over there. I don't like my skid steer sitting outside all winter. And we have other stuff that just filled up this past summer. These are spacers. This is going to be, the trim needs to go up there yet. I can paint that in the house. Not the house, the shop. When it's cold out, and then I'll pre-paint everything. These were just spacers that got put in when the drip edge got put on so that we could pull that out, and it's going to be that style trim. It's going to slide up right underneath there. Saved us a day, waiting for paint to dry, but we're really happy. This is the color, kind of the old, it looks weathered, somewhat weathered, like almost a dusty rose. Dusty something. But we're pretty excited. And also the corner trim. I'll be making corner trim to put on here. I'll probably make that in the shop, paint it, pre-cut everything, then paint it and put it on. That can wait. I still do need to build 2 doors up on top here. I did build a little bit of a prow, but I realized I should have came out another couple of feet to really give it that old barn look. And I should have put a track in there with one of those hay wheel, a track with one of those hay forks up there. But we can't have everything. It's coming along. We're getting there. Let's just hope that this dries the color that I picked out, because that is not the color. I know it'll darken up when it dries, but it's supposed to be a very dark, almost a burgundy red. Not what it's right now. Keep our fingers crossed. Hoping this will be the final coat of paint. Borderline again, it's about 48 to 50 degrees. We're gonna throw some paint on here and hope it sticks before it freezes.